Hey guys, today we are looking at the first chapter of our level chemistry, and that is the states of matter. Okay, we will start off with solids, liquids, and gases, the three states of matter, and we're going to analyze the three states in four dimensions. The first dimension we're going to look at is the particle arrangement. The second one we're going to look is movement of the particles, and then we'll look at compressibility of the matter as a whole, and lastly we'll look at the shape and volume of the matter. Now, to start off with solids, solids have a very rigid and compact arrangement. The particles are packed tightly together, and there is not much space between them. The bonds are really strong, which is why there is a very ordered pattern to solids. And solid particles also have low amount of energy, which means that they can't really move freely. They only vibrate in fixed positions. About compressibility, because there is not much space between them, solid particles are not super compressible. Like, they're not compressible for the most part. And for their shape and volume, because they have such a ordered and tight arrangement of particles, they have fixed shape and volume. Now, when we talk about liquids, liquids have a little bit less strong bonds than solids, although it has stronger bonds than gases. This means that the particle arrangement is not as tight as solids, but the particles are still close together. We say that liquid has a medium density of particles. In terms of the movement of liquids, liquids have higher energy than solids, but less energy than gas particles, which means that the particles can move to some extent by flowing over each other or sliding past one another. In terms of compressibility, the particles are still close together, so there's not as much space between them. So they are slightly more compressible than solids, but for the most part, they are still hard to compress. In terms of shape and volume, because liquid particles can flow past each other, the shape can change. So whatever container the liquid is poured into, it takes the shape of that container. But it does have a fixed volume because the particles are still pretty close together. The particles are not shooting off in random directions. So if you put a liquid in a glass, the liquid is not going to rise up or, inflate by itself. It's going to stay like that. It can change, the shape can change if you move the glass around, but the volume is going to be the same. In terms of the arrangement of gas particles, these are very, very loosely arranged. The particles are far apart from each other compared to solids and liquids. This means that they have higher energy, and because of that, they are shooting off in random directions. Because of the greater amount of distance between the particles in gases, gases can be easily compressed. And in terms of shape and volume, because gas particles are moving with such high energy and they're so far apart, they don't have any fixed shape or volume. Having said that, if you contain a gas within a container, then the gas is going to take the volume of the container because gas particles have high energy. They are, you know, shooting off in directions, and they are going to take up the space of whichever container they are put into. So that concludes our lecture for solids, liquids, and gases in states of matter. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.